Welcome back to City Insider. This is a YouTube channel for news, stories, and analysis surrounding Manchester City Football Club. I will update new video every day. Like, subscribe and turn on notifications to support me. The next Ballon d'Or agent goes big on praise and suggests transfer to Manchester City. Manchester City could be an option for Brazilian youngster Estevão Willian in the future, according to his agent. AS have published a lengthy interview with André Curie. Towards the end, he was asked about the Palmeiras academy player, who has been backed to become a great star in the future and also compared to Lionel Messi. The agent is confident the winger would end up at a top club like Manchester City, Real Madrid or Barcelona in the near future. When asked about the teenager, he said, "He's a real phenomenon. He's the next Ballon d'Or winner. His name is Estevão. He's very similar to Leo. He has power from set pieces. He is also left-footed. Not physically, because he's taller, he's black, but there are things that remind Messi." The representative mentioned the Manchester City option when asked if he has received any offers for his client. "Yes, there are offers already. I think that after the U17 World Cup someone is going to get hold of him. Maybe Real Madrid, Barcelona, Manchester City. With one of the greats it will be done. He's going to be a great player," Curie explained. Obviously, Jermain Defoe says Man City man is just a genius. Former Premier League striker Jermain Defoe has labelled Manchester City manager Pep Gvardiol as a genius. The Spaniard won his 5th Premier League title in 6 years at the end of last season, as well as his 2nd FA Cup and 3rd Champions League, his first with City. With the 52-year-old now set to take on his 8th season with the Manchester club, one former Premier League star has shared his thoughts on the City boss. Speaking in a recent edition of the No Tippy Tappy Football podcast, Defoe had this to say about Gvardiol when asked about today's style of football compared to when he was playing. He said, "I'm old school, and I understand obviously the game has moved on and obviously you've got the Pep Guardiolas, who's a genius. In terms of his famous style of tiki-taka football of short passes that he introduced while at Barcelona, this earned him significant recognition, as Real Madrid legend Jorge Valdano said this about him back in 2012. He said, "He is the Steve Jobs of football, experimental, brave, a lover of beauty and innovative. He is a reference point in world football, and rightly so." Barca have turned their football into a culture. Bayern Munich struggling to find breakthrough in talks for Kyle Walker. Bayern Munich wants to add 2 English players to the squad this summer. The Bavarian club made an improved offer for Harry Kane this week. Bayern is waiting for a response from Tottenham Hotspur. Meanwhile, Die Roten's pursuit of Kyle Walker has not moved ahead as the club would have hoped. Walker emerged as one of the top transfer targets for Bayern in June. The Bundesliga club reached a verbal agreement with the defender in July, but there has been no breakthrough in talks with Manchester City for a transfer fee. The English champions have now made their move to keep Walker at the club for next season, according to The Athletic. Manchester City has now offered a 2-year contract to Walker with an option to extend it to a 3rd year. Die Roten has also offered him a similar deal, so it does look like Man City is doing their best to convince Walker to extend his stay in the Premier League. It remains to be seen if Walker has changed his mind about leaving Manchester City. The two clubs held talks over a potential deal when the two sides met in Japan for a pre-season friendly a few days ago. Die Roten will hope to get clarity regarding this transfer in the coming days. The Bavarian club can switch their attention to other options quickly if a move for Walker looks unlikely. Bayern had identified Walker as a direct replacement for Benjamin Pavard in the squad for next season. The French defender wants to leave Munich this summer, but the German club is yet to receive concrete offers for him. Despite a positive pre-season with Die Roten, Pavard has no plans to sign a new deal. Walker provides cover in the right-back and centre-back positions, which helps in filling the void left by Pavard. The 33-year-old defender has the experience of playing in back 3 for England. Moreover, he also brings a winning mentality to the squad after enjoying significant success with Manchester City in the past 6 seasons. Manchester City has been linked with a move for Pavard, so it will be interesting to see if Die Roten does come up with some sort of swap deal. Since Pavard is in the peak years of his career, Bayern will want some cash along with Walker. Man City confirmed Gvardiol and squad number revealed. After a slight wobble in negotiations a couple of weeks ago, Manchester City finally got the Josko Gvardiol deal done with RB Leipzig and had the player sign his contract on Saturday morning. There aren't too many players in world football that can improve upon what Pep Guardiola already has in situ, but the Croatian brick wall would be regarded by many as one of them. Just 21 years of age, Gvardiol has years left in the game, injuries permitting, and City are likely to see the best years of his career, as BBC Sport report. He has signed a 5-year deal with the Citizens. He becomes the second most expensive defender of all time behind Harry Maguire, £80 million from Leicester to Man United. Journalist Fabrizio Romano tweeted a picture of the player holding up his shirt, which identified his squad number as 24. He's sure to provide excellent competition at the back alongside the likes of Ruben Dias and Nathan Ake, and will arguably give Gvardiol the headache that all coaches profess to want to have. Strength in depth is what will win teams titles in 2023-24, and there can't be any arguing with City's hire of a player that was coveted across Europe. It will be interesting to see if Pep puts him straight into the City 11 for the first game of the new season, or wants to watch him in training for a few sessions before throwing him in at the deep end. As reigning treble winners, there aren't going to be any easy games for the club, so perhaps the sooner that Gvardiol can get his debut out of the way, the better. And that's the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to support me.